good morning, almost good afternoon. Just coming on here to wish you all a good day. We're still on our 100-day challenge, and I actually have been filming content. I just haven't been posting it here. So what I'm going to say is, if you are participating in a 100-day challenge, please subscribe to my YouTube channel at I Am Hollywood T. I'll leave a link in the comments, and I would so much appreciate your subscription. We are well on our way to our first milestone, which is 1,000. And once we get to 1,000, we're going to have a giveaway. And it's going to be a nice giveaway because you know I like to do nice things for people. That's what makes me feel good. You know, I really am so appreciative to God, first of all, for waking me up and starting me on my way. But I'm really thankful that He allowed me to continue to maintain a good heart, even though it's been abused, used, and served like hell, child. But anyway, I'm not ever going to let someone's other actions towards me change me from being who I am. I'm just going to be more careful. That's basically all I can do. And be careful in whom you be good to. But I wanted to institute this 100-day challenge task for everybody, and that is to have a good day. And you can have a good day just by merely starting on the good foot. There's many times that I have gotten out of the bed on the wrong side of the bed, and I have taken it out on others. And before I was mature enough, I didn't have the mental processing power to make the decision to, not correlate my bad feelings or whatever was going on with me off onto other people. Or I might have gotten up on the right side of the bed, and I get out in traffic, because the traffic really can frustrate you. And after that, I got attitude for the rest of the day. And my biological chemical character makeup is, sometimes when I get up, I need about 30 to 45 minutes before I even talk to a human, because I wake up grouchy. My mother used to say, I can't wait till you get out my house because you always mean when you get up. I don't know why that was. I don't know. I really don't. Maybe my soul, when it departed my body when I went to sleep, was having a good time, and we wasn't finished having a good time, and we wanted to have a good time a little longer. I don't know. But it takes you to a place where you have to mature your spiritual consonants in saying, I'm going to have a good day. So that's an affirmation. Set the tone for yourself and say, whatever is going on, I'm going to have a good day. I'm not going to let nobody get me off my square. I'm not going to allow nobody to get me off my square. And today is going to be a good day. I don't care what's going on around me. You know what? I don't care what's happening around me. It's hot in here. I have to cut the air up. So if you hear the wind blowing, that's what's happening. But you have to make the conscious decision that you're going to have a good day. And in that day, set the tone for yourself. How am I going to have a good day? Well, these are the things that I'm going to set out to accomplish today. I'm going to take it one day at a time. And if it's too much for me to take one day at a time, I'm going to take one moment at a time. That's how you have a good day. Let me tell you something. A good day leads to a good life. And I learned this, and it took me a minute to learn this. It seemed like I was 39 and I was thinking one way. I turned 40 and I started thinking another way. The Bible say 40 is the age of wisdom, and I got a little bit smarter as soon as I turned 40. It seemed like I gained some wisdom overnight. It was like a fairy or somebody waved a magic wand over me, and ting, all of a sudden I had this wisdom. And in that, I found that having a good day and setting out the tone to have a good day precedes and leads you to having a good day. Every time I set out with the intention to have a good day, I have a good day. But what I do notice is that in me making that intention, there's going to be things and roadblocks thrown my way that's going to try to take me off my square. This is when the maturity comes in, where you say, I control me. I don't let anybody else's actions towards me control me. I control me. I control how I react. I control how I respond. I can control how I move forward in my day, because my goal is to have a good day. Once I leave my humble abode, where is my place of peace, I want to get back to that place. Therefore, I'm going to do everything that I can to maintain that goal, which is to have a good day. And also, I also learned this. I learned that having a good life is easy. It's us humans that make it hard. It's the choices that we make. It's the things that we decide to participate in. It's the things that we decide to partake in that cause us to have a bad life. See, the equation is pretty simple. And my nose is sweating again. Every time I get on this video, you know what? I'm gonna have to do some anxiety yoga or something like that, because when I get anxiety, my nose sweats, and coming before the public does. But I'm trying to get over it, because my unofficial manager has told me, T, you got to keep at it so you can see the fruits of your labor. And I already am, because I got a nice little check from YouTube. From Facebook. Cause Facebook be paying y'all to get on the game. I didn't even know. I wasted years posting good content for free, but not no more. If you're gonna be on here, get paid. But back to what I was saying. I was saying that having a good life is easy. It's us that makes it hard. It's the decisions that we make. It's the people that we decide to participate with. The actions that we decide to take. It's the things that we decide to do with our lives that makes our lives hard. So, have the critical thinking skills to think through your issues and plan out your day so that you can have a good day. Because a good day, 365 leads to a good year, leads to a good life. And yes, we're human. We're down here on this earth amongst a bunch of demons and imps. And so we're going to run into problems. We're going to run into things that are going to try to throw us off our square. We have to build up our arsenal and our consonants to be able to combat that. And the number one thing to combat that is what? Prayer. Always go to God in prayer. And when you leave in the house, say, Dear Lord, please grant us traveling graces and mercies and protect us on our way, and allow us to have a good day. Allow us to have the best day possible. Allow us to accomplish all that we set out to do, and allow us to make a positive difference, if not in anyone's life, in our own. And dear Lord, allow us to make it back home safely with no issues. And allow us to get our rest and wake up and do it all over again, which is what? Praise and worship your holy name. I took Shahada when I was 19 years old. I was exposed to Christian and Islam all my life. I was on the usher board and in the choir on Sunday, and I was in the mosque on Friday. Very well-rounded family. I decided to take the Shahada actually after reading the autobiography of Malcolm X. I actually read that book, and I read it twice. And I took Shahada, and I was granted a book. It was a light lavender book, and it said the basic beliefs of Islam on the front. I still have it. It's very well worn. It's actually waterworked because it fell in the bathtub one time. I was soaking and I was reading it. But I still have it. And I find it ironic that I was in Bible study a lot, often, because my grandfather had a Baptist church. He was a minister there, and my uncle had an apostolic church, and he was a minister there. And my mother had us traveling up and down the freeway, attending these churches and being a part of it, which I loved it, because I learned the word. I learned the word of God. When you went to my uncle's church, the hairs on the back of when I went to my grandfather's church, the hairs on the back of your neck and your arms were raised because you felt the Spirit of God up in there, because he was teaching and preaching the word. He was truly a man of God. And when I went into the mosque, I felt like something stir in my DNA, like I belonged there. And I would go to Bible study, and I would be yearning for the truth. And I also went to my uncle's apostolic church. That's where my natural gifts in instruments came out, in musical, because I can play instruments by ear: the drums, the clarinet, the piano, the organ, you name it. I can pick up an instrument and play it. One of my children have that gift as well. And I learned that in the apostolic church, and they let me flourish. They let me do my thug thizzle up in there, and I really loved that and appreciate it, because he got me well-rounded as a child. However, when I took Shahada, and I began to read the basic beliefs of Islam. Sorry, I had to give you a little backstory. You know I always got to give a story time. But shout out to my Uncle FB, and shout out to my grandfather McCoy, because these people, I have a well-rounded spiritual and religious background, and they put me on a solid path to search the word for the truth. However, when I was in Bible study, I would always ask these questions because I was raised in what you call a semi-racist community, and I always felt the difference. I always felt a place that they wanted us to stay in, and I just felt the world was greater for me. I wanted to be exposed to things that were greater than that. I didn't want to have limitations placed upon me. So I would be in Bible study asking questions like, if God is so good and God is so great, what the heck he create us for? What did he put us down here for to go through all this? Why? Why did God create us? I need to know. And the response I was always getting in Bible study would be basically, shut up, listen, and continue to study and pray for discernment, and you will get your answer. And I would constantly have this on my mind because I was always an inquisitive child, an inquisitive young adult, and I would always ask, because that's a logical question to ask, right? I'm a logical individual. Most Virgos are. So back to when I took Shahada and I was gifted the book, The Basic Beliefs of Islam. Now, I knew how to pray and all that because my father is a Muslim by birth, okay? And I knew all that, but and to speak Arabic. However, I didn't understand. Do you know when I opened the first page of that book, the answers that I was looking for was on that very first page? And I was like, ding! The world opened up for me. It opened up for me. And do you want to know what the answer was? I'm going to tell you what the answer was. And I'm going to tell you this answer because this is the key to having a good day. The answer was, you were created to praise and worship God. Simple as that. That's your job. That's your duty. Okay? You put God first. You keep God first in your life. You do good. You do the tenets that you are taught to believe, whether they're the commandments, whether they're the beatitudes or whatnot. And you wind up having a good life. You do the good things. You stay on the good foot. And you wind up having good things happen for you. And you end up having a good day and a good life. Incongruent to that, if you don't do all those things and you set out and you are a bad person and you do bad things, you wind up having a bad day and a bad life, and you wind up in hell in the afterlife. Who wants that? So it's very logical. Getting back to my equation, that people make life hard. It's actually easy, and I had to learn that. Now, you had to go through a lot of struggles and trials and tribulations and meeting different people and having different situations by dealing with different humans, and you learn things while you're on the trail of life, and you learn how to be selective, be protective of your peace, and surround yourself with good people and good things so that you can continue to, in your little square of the world, in your little circle, it's good. See, I'm focusing on the good, not the bad, because it seemed like with this last birthday I had, I let go because I was holding in a lot of pain and a lot of distrust, a lot of shame, and a lot of disappointment and some of the things that I was involved in and people that I had met along the way. And you know what I summed it up as? It had to happen. It had to happen. These are lessons that I had to learn. I'm going to take them lessons with me, and I'm continuing on my good foot, and I'm going to apply the lessons that I learned in the future. I'm going to be more selective. I'm going to be more protective of my space and my peace and those who have access to me, and I'm going to definitely be more protective of my heart. Because see, when you're born with a good heart, it's like a radar that shoots out to the world, and it attracts your light. Your light is like a magnet, and it attracts good and it attracts bad. But we have been born with the gift of discernment, and we have to exercise it. We have to give it we have to give it some of its power. We have to use it, because we have to discern before we allow our good hearts to get involved so far that it gets hurt. Because it takes a lot of work to get back to that natural square of maintaining your good position and your good heart. And I just want to thank God right now, because some of the things that have been done to me, I should be an evil, wicked, cold individual, but I can't, because everybody didn't do what they did to me. It was them. And what I had to do was, no matter the love or the attachment, I had to cut them out of my life and continue on the good foot and being me. And those who come across my path that can recognize and appreciate someone with a good heart will reap the benefits of the good heart. You feel me? And the benefits don't always have to be material. It's just being around somebody who can uplift you and put you in a good state of mind and make you feel good about yourself and give you some words of encouragement to get you up on the good foot and go about your day. You know what my mama used to say? She said, get down like you live and do the right thing. Okay? She said, get up on the good foot and get down like you live and do the right thing. And that was her message for us every day as we stepped out of the house, going to school and doing whatever we were going to do. And that stays with me, because I set out every day trying to do what's good. And sometimes, of course, roadblocks get put in your way, but you gotta be savvy. You gotta stick and move. You gotta be swift on your toes and know how to dodge in and out of it. You know what I'm saying? And maintain your position of being a good, positive individual. See, you don't have to lower yourself to their level to prove to anybody that you ain't the one to be messed with. Your aura and your consonants will come across as you ain't that person to be messed with. See, like I always say, my natural position is good. That square that I stay in is a good position. Anybody will tell you I'm not no bully. Up until the time that you push me out that square, or that I allow you to push me out that square, you'll find out the other side. And these days, the other side has been MIA. You want to know why Martha has been gone? Because first of all, we had an exorcism for Martha, because we don't like Martha. But Martha's still there if she needs to be. However, we choose to be good. We choose to do the right things and the good things. And how we did that is we removed all the agitations from our life, no matter how much it hurt and no matter what the cost. Because, you know, quitting my job was a great cost. I made a very nice 6-figure salary. And I was like, how am I going to replace this overnight? I just trusted in God and keeping on the good foot. And as you see, I continue to run my businesses and I continue to do what I got to do. And I get up every day with a goal and a plan, and I set out to have a good day. So take the words from my mother, and we're going to get off this live, and you can tune in for the next one. Like I said, subscribe to my YouTube channel at I Am Hollywood T, because in the future I'm just going to be posting these 100-day challenge messages there. Okay? But we're going to end this live by saying the words of my beloved mother, who is in paradise, by saying, get down on the good foot and do the right thing. All right? Go and have a good day, and have a good day every day, and be a good person while you're doing it. All right? Y'all have a great and wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.